we wanted to figure out a way to make a statement, to put something out in the quantum field, hopefully to those that will hear it. But even if no one hears it, we're still sending that message out there of our voice in some way. And to create some value for those that are watching. So somebody might see this thing, somebody will see this thing, and they may get an idea, or to create some value for them as a watcher, more than just creating some kind of promo or something like that. And to that end, we're going to put this up, it's cut version, and anybody that wants to link to it or use it, because again, we're sending something out there that it seems like now's the time to do it. So we wanted to actually create a forum where we come together and do this periodically and pick topics and talk about it and create something and have sort of a think tank or heart tank that we're then sharing and helping people to do that. So our vision in doing this today is that we have a discussion. Imagine that there was a table here and there's a lot of food on it and we were passing it around and we're eating, and that these guys are just here to capture something that might be of value to share with the universe. And so to that end, we want it to be organic. So when people have something to say it. This is not about a question and an answer and it's your turn and your turn. That's never worked for us here in any way. So I would ask that the first time that you answer a question that you would just again, say what you do. So people then watching could say, as a tantric practitioner, I do this. Another thing that we're doing here at the sanctuaries, we're creating a community. This is about community, I think, and it feels to us that people are so needing connection, that they are needing something. We look at the walled neighborhoods and the way that people communicate now with if we were all like 15 and below, we'd all have those little text messages. That's how we would be communicating with each other in this circle. For us at the sanctuary, we have created this place, and the sanctuary I can share with you in so many ways doesn't make a lot of literal world sense. We're out here on a piece of property that is very topographically challenging in terms of getting stuff done. And in looking at hundreds of places, it had to be this place. It had to be here. And in putting all the things, the energy that we're putting forth, we have this garden down there that I invite people to go look at. And our garden makes no sense. We could have bought New Frontier's produce department in the amount of energy that we have put in this garden. But we know that we need to. It's there. It's a center of life force, like the sanctuary. And I think that things happen on all different levels here. So for us, it's not only about our external community, but as us as practitioners, that we have a community, that we have a place, that sort of in this island in the storm of things that are going on, that we have a community. And that's really, in my opinion, the most important thing. And for us, community is sacred. It's the most important thing in my viewpoint. And I know that Kelly and Lucas and Skip and everybody else, people are seeking connection, and no matter what they do, it has to do with some desire for connection. Whether it's very disempowering in their way to go about getting it, or it's, spending their life in a monastery and being right there with the Great Spirit. So we're creating this platform to do that. And so we're honored for you to be with us, and we're honored to share ourselves with you. And it's no accident that we are here. And so, do you have anything else you'd like to share about that?
No, we're just really very excited to have all of you sitting here. It's probably a little long overdue, actually. But you've all really done some beautiful things with our guests. You've helped transform lives, and we're just so grateful. And to have an opportunity to talk amongst one another, to get a feel so that we can all start even working closer all together when we get our guests, and to really be working as this beautiful team. And we were really inspired by a couple who is also doing something very similar to the sanctuary in North Carolina. And it just was so that Crystal Dawn introduced us to a beautiful couple, Brad and Linda Star Wolf. Yes, and they were amazing, and it inspired us because we realized there's just people, you know, we hear so much negativity, but there are people out there doing amazing things that are living in what they want instead, and they're wanting community. They're wanting to branch out and be connected here, you know, and it just was very, it was just a beautiful reminder that there's just so many heart things happening right now in the world that looks like there's just a lot of chaos. There's a lot of beauty too. So thank you for all being here tonight. And there is food afterwards, so there will be a table that we can all sit around. So Cynthia outdid herself. She made some wonderful vegetarian food for us all. So.
All right, so again, we're going to create a ceremony. So tonight we're in ceremony, and again, before we go into ceremony, our vision is we're just going to throw some questions out there, and people can, don't make us call on you, because we will. But anyway, that's sort of our vision, that we're organic, and again, we are of a place that we are all beautiful pieces of this puzzle. So if you would like to create some space for us, and if we could just stand. Okay, so remember, we have this table of food, and people are just going to begin to chime in. So there are no, we're not big on etiquette. And I guess, you know, with the earth changes that are happening, and everybody at this circle has a lot of experience, and what comes to my mind, and what do you notice different about your clients that are coming to you in this day than you did 10 years ago? You know, are they more fearful? Are they experiencing more their dark night of the soul? Are they searchers? Are they what's happening with people now?
I'm finding a very strong trend in people having it all pretty much. They have the car, they have the equipment, they have the digital equipments and computers, and everything looks great in their life, but they're really lacking in that connection to spirit. They're lacking in who they are, in their original template of who they remember themselves to be before all of the sidetracks going on. So that's what I notice very strongly, that people are really calling for connecting with spirit on a greater level, on a deeper level.
Yeah, I'm also seeing similar that there's two layers, like a lot of people who have sort of gotten all the things materially, but now actually recently I'm watching people's lives fall apart as the material is starting to fall apart. And without having connected with that deeper soul, you know, meaning, when everything starts to fall apart materially, there's almost a desperation right now actually to find a connection to this kind of love-based part of the self, because there's so much fear around. And, you know, I think people are, you know, the yearning is becoming a desperation at this point to feel a connection with source and with self. So I'm seeing a lot of that sort of activated quickly now.